We are back for another stream. Best Ball Mania 5.
We are back.
We are back.
Go back.
All right, let's hop into a draft right now.
Draft. Give us. I want to be.
I want an
Three.
early pick. I feel like we
Three.
haven't had a top 3 pick.
I take 3
And 9.
Number 9.
Gross.
We are 7 through 12 every single draft.
We have gotten a lot of 7 through 12s in these streamed ones, but
Yep.
so I can't think of any teams we have like CMC, Tyreek, Chase. Like,
Is Wild Bill in this one?
I wish. Half of the lobby is a red badge.
a lot different from our last stream.
Yeah.
No Wild Bill to take 4 quarterbacks,
It's
like
unfortunate.
all unstacked.
That's unfortunate.
I'm convinced it's a motocross guy. Convinced.
Has to be.
Corey's just gonna have a lifelong grudge.
Personal vendetta.
Yeah. And it came out left field. Like, what did I say to deserve that tag? Or Nick?
We should ask him that. Like, what?
Yeah, what was that?
Was it me joking around with like a random player and then he just took it seriously? It's the only thing I can think of. Like my love for Jelani Woods.
Or
like
Nick CH takes.
God, we're
Definitely.
2 minutes in. We're 2 minutes in.
You probably saw my Edwards-Helaire jersey on.
All right.
Unbelievable, guys. All right, 9.
So, at 9, that's definitely Bijan, Brees, if it's a wide receiver heavy, or AJ Brown.
We've had so much.
I think I'm on more AJ Brown, Garrett. Well, like Puka, I think I'm gonna be pretty underweight him this year.
Yeah,
too.
Well, yeah, you got wide receiver 1 going 35.
You just build the perfect Eagle stack from the 9 spot. So
yeah, you really can. I just did my Greyhound team. I think it was in the 9 or 10 spot and got literally the entire Eagles offense.
Yeah, I don't know how you got Devonta Smith in there too. I've never seen him.
He fell. Yeah, he fell for sure.
Wait, what did you get? Hurts, Smith, and AJ Brown?
And Saquon.
You got all 4?
All 4.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everyone but Slim Reaper was pretty much on ADP. I might have had to reach a little bit on Hurts, but Devonta definitely fell.
Yeah, because it would have been goes at like 30 and he probably fell to like 36.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna get Bijan, Brees, or one of these receivers. So
probably AJ Brown. It's gonna be probably Bijan or look, Wild Bill. We could get Bijan maybe at pick 9.
Oh, almost,
man.
All right, I'll go ahead and say AJ Brown.
Yeah. Fine.
All right.
Gets the Cowboys in the final week.
We can get Rico.
Yeah, Corey's like making sure we gotta get Rico in this draft.
I just think Rico's gonna have so much more value than old man Zeke.
What about just avoiding both of them? Wouldn't that be crazy?
We have Brown though. We were probably getting Hurts, I'd imagine.
What? No, I'm saying avoiding Zeke and Rico.
Right, but we're getting Eagles though.
Yeah, so we could go. I mean, you could still go Tolbert or
Ferguson.
Ferguson is a great run back option.
Cooks too. Been taking some Cooks in those Eagles.
Yeah, to me the best run backs is Rico, Zeke, and Brandon Cooks, and Jalen Tolbert super late. But I typically like getting my tight end with my quarterback, not the opposing team's tight end. But if it works out that way, sometimes you have to do it. But.
Yeah. All right, so we're up in 3 picks here.
I'm just gonna vote Saquon or Ayuk.
I'll vote London.
London's not.
I'm honestly, if London's there, I definitely prefer. Okay, so I'm fine with either of these next 3. If you guys want to share, I don't think we have any Taylor, and
we could turn this into a Colts stack.
Or we could go for
For Saquon.
what Alex got in his and get the onslaught Eagle.
Let's try to do the onslaught. Let's just maybe we get to it.
It's a pretty awesome team. Like unless you
I was
really
gonna say
screw
not a bad offense to onslaught.
No,
I'm pretty low. Like I don't have basically any Saquon right now, so I'm fine with getting some exposure. But I don't know what it is. I'm just nervous about that tush push, but I get
So
it.
do you think Saquon's going to have like 5 touchdowns on the year? Is that what you think's going to happen?
No, I think he needs 10 plus to pay off his ADP.
I think he can get that. I don't
definitely.
think they let him run as much. He was
I
hurt.
don't think they're going to use Hurts in the tush push nearly as much with Kelsey.
Yeah, and that's
retiring and him being
definitely, and
hurt.
I can see that case. So that's why I'm like not fully out on him.
Yeah.
But
They've also like really never had a big power back type of guy.
Yeah.
So he's like Kenneth Gainwell and
LeGarrette Blunt.
Boston Scott. Like,
LeGarrette Blunt during
Yeah.
the Super Bowl run was insane.
all right, that
way
was like
back when.
I'm talking the past like
No, yeah, I get it.
Since the
Yeah,
tush
with
push.
Hurts. With
Post
Yeah, since
post
tush
tush
push was
push
a-
creation.
Okay.
Yeah. Post tush push.
They haven't had like a
PTP.
big power back. So I feel like that's why they always used that.
Yeah.
no, I see both cases. I think there's a lot of like the best ball community has been kind of out for those reasons, but I'm not there where because I can definitely see the path to where he does have like a really solid season. But I'm honestly trying to think like, does that really Hurts?
No. I don't think
I
it
mean,
hurts.
still
I
got
mean, it'll take
Brown.
away. Yeah, it'll take away probably like
Well,
10 touchdowns from him. But I still
you
think.
just say 10 touchdowns and that.
I mean, how do you have last
They had
year?
19, so
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of fair.
That is so. But you understand his ADP though is he's the
Based off
number
him,
one.
yeah, based off him getting the rushing touchdowns. But if he still gets 9 or 10, if there's still gonna be a high-powered offense, like
Yeah, but I'm just nervous. Like I to me, I get it. We're going for like more of like an onslaught, just getting all the Eagles. But I feel like the bull case for Saquon is pretty bearish for Hurts. Like I think they're a lot more negatively correlated as that running back quarterback combo because so much of Hurts is upside and he's being taken as like the quarterback one right now. I think Allen and Hurts are basically the same ADP. For him to pay off that price, I don't see Saquon paying off his price. I don't think both of them can, but
I think if you do this, if we get Hurts here, you're guaranteeing at least one rushing touchdown a week, regardless if it comes from Saquon or Hurts. Like you're capturing the Eagles offense, which I think you're betting on. It's a pretty safe bet.
well, the chances.
So some weeks, yeah, there might be vulturing, but the points are going to one of the two guys.
yeah, I'm just nervous. Like, for example, if we had like a hero running back team which typically if you get Saquon, you do that. Like you don't want to like start loading up. Then you're in week 17. And if Saquon's crushing, well, I don't think Hurts is. If Hurts is
Right.
crushing, then your RB1 that you took in the early second round is not crushing, and you're going to rely on, some maybe
Yeah.
not so great picks, or not great picks, but a lot later round guys that you're basically relying on now for points.
Yeah, you're hoping that those late round guys towards the end of the year are getting more time.
Yeah,
right? You're going to
I
take
think
like
you could still get a good quarterback.
you would need a Hurts, like you would need a big Hurts like passing game to Saquon, like which you can do.
300 yards, 3 touchdowns. One goes to Saquon. You got 6 for 80 touchdown.
I would just say in general, I mean, we were specifically going for the onslaught here, but in general, I'm trying to avoid Hurts and Saquon together.
I mean, we don't have to take him. Devonta got taken, so we won't have the full onslaught.
Oh, I think with having Saquon and Brown now, we just take Hurts.
Just do it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then we're up in 6.
Your receiver's bad.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah,
still.
definitely gonna
Let's
want to
get
take
one
like
of these top
2
guys.
straight receivers.
Be like
Probably
next
get like
5
T.
pick
Higgins.
receivers.
I don't like Flowers.
Where did Laporta go? Could you go to the big board?
Second round.
Whoa.
Yeah, went early.
Yep, that's pretty wild. I mean, people are just thinking because it's like, I mean, it's Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams. I mean, we think he's gonna have like a bounce back, but he hasn't done anything in the NFL yet, and so he's gonna be like this secondary passing option, and they're gonna pass the ball a ton. But it is probably a little overpriced.
Hopefully, Tanker T. If
There wasn't a tight end last
not-
year, like in the top 40 value for underdog picks. It's kind of crazy.
What do you mean?
Like if you just looked at like
total
you ranked
point.
people by points,
Oh,
there wasn't a tight end in the top. I think Laporta was like the 40th best.
All right, we're gonna have to
So-
get different here. All of our guys got taken.
Oh, Jesus.
Honestly, I don't hate ETN. I know you guys like going wide receiver heavy, but then we'll be done at running back for a while. So I think he could be top 5 or top 10. Sorry.
I'll vote Amari Cooper and Christian Kirk.
Corey, what do you think?
Kirk.
Quick.
I think we need a receiver.
Kirk.
I think we need a receiver here, Nick. We got Saquon. I get the ETN pick, but I just think you can get value other places, and presumably
I just don't like Christian Kirk as much for the volume reason. They added Gabe Davis and Brian Robinson. I just don't.
I know, but yeah, but last episode you were saying you weren't scared of Gabe.
But I am with Brian Robinson, and well, I think from the volume.
I don't think Brian Robinson's going to be a huge. I mean, yeah, they spend a first round pick on him.
I don't like Brian Robinson.
I know people doesn't like Brian Robinson. You think they're going to utilize him a lot
Because you think like Calvin Ridley's target share will go to Gabe Davis and Robinson, but I think it'll probably get into Kirk a little bit.
I just think Kirk is definitely his favorite option, and he gets peppered.
Did ETN get hurt at all last year, or am I making that up?
Well, he might have had a few games.
Nothing big.
Still had a great year.
Yeah.
1,000 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns, 58 receptions for almost 500 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had a
I mean,
stretch there where he's putting up like 2 touchdowns a game.
Yeah.
I think he's fine where he goes. He's not like like if we had a receiver, for example, like where we took Saquon, I would have been fine with getting Travis Etienne there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I have him ahead of Derrick Henry and Kyron.
I agree. I still have
I
Henry.
feel like Kyron, I just don't know if I could put him ahead because, like, as long as Kyron is in that role.
But
Are you worried about his foot injury?
I mean, it's
not
a long
great.
way there's a long way to this season.
Not great, though.
I could just see like Corum coming in and like being able to show that he's a better talent.
But it's just
It's
how
just
the
kinda
Rams
his-
have always just been like that. Their go-to guy. Like, it's always how McVay has been. Is like, so it's like I do think one of Kyron in the third or Corum, obviously really late. One of them is probably going to pay off.
For a
Unless they
third round
shock
pick,
everyone.
it's just crazy to me that a third round pick it feels a little bit up in the air,
He was going in the
third round pick
first.
should be a sure shot.
He was going in the first.
Until that foot
Originally.
injury.
Yeah, but he's been falling.
He's been following because they drafted Corum. That's what made him fall.
Yeah.
And but he is worth, like, if he has the role he had last year, he is worth a late first round pick.
But the fact that you're even saying if for a third
Yeah,
round pick,
but
that's
that's
what
why
I'm
he's a
saying is
third
concerning.
rounder.
You know what I mean?
But that's why he's a third rounder, not a first rounder.
Yeah.
Because there is uncertainty. So I just think in general, that's a backfield where I believe Kyron or Corum will pay it off, unless they shock everyone and they do go to like a committee, which it doesn't. I mean, he's never really done that, but I'm starting to take Kyron where he's going now. Like as he slipped, I didn't take any of him up until very recently. So
All right, we're coming up here on the board again. It's another kind of gross section.
No, not at all. I like Mixon,
I
Pitts.
hate how all the right. This is a really wide receiver heavy room. Like
Yep.
none of the receivers like just
Yeah,
jumps.
so I think you just pivot to running back value.
Sometimes you can get buried if you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We do have Christian Kirk. We could go. I have no Ridley. We could just go in on that game.
I'm going to vote Mixon and Pitts.
I mean, you know, I like some pets.
What are we thinking,
But
Corey?
I'm
I'm indifferent on this one.
I am too.
Well, you're gonna leave it to Nick and I.
I'll take. I mean, Pitts. Well, we don't have like any Pitts.
We don't.
I don't think so. I don't remember ever. Maybe when I was not here, you guys took some Pitts, but
I mean, if Pitts and Goddard, like that would be. I mean, that could be our two tight ends, and then we're definitely going two quarterbacks. So we're probably taking 8 or 9 receivers, but
I saw a report the other day that said there's a chance Kirk Cousins doesn't start the year.
yeah, okay.
And that's why
Really?
they took Penix. Yeah. And that's why they took Penix so early, is because they're not confident Kirk's recovery is going well.
Was by
you're gonna have to send me that
ESPN.
report after because I would be.
Yeah, well,
I've been taking quite a bit of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
me
same.
too. I saw it and I was like, oh. Because I've been,
Was it,
I mean, I have a lot of Kirk Cousins, but a lot of Drake London and Kyle Pitts stacks too.
Yeah, same.
I
Hopefully,
mean, I don't think that's ruined all by Penix, but it certainly hurts the
Yeah.
stackability, you know?
oh yeah. Hopefully, it was like a ball sack sports report.
No, it's ESPN. Kirk
Yeah,
Cousins,
that'd be-
cracker of the day.
I figured their reasoning is that they don't want to be in quarterback hell, and they know Kirk doesn't have a lot of time left, and they'd rather have a
What are we
Penix.
doing here?
But we're on the clock here, so
We have to take a receiver,
Okay,
right?
yeah, I'd say Rome or
I
Godwin
vote
again.
Godwin.
I'd take Godwin again, honestly. That's just me, Alex.
that works. Nick, I think you're on Godwin over Rome too.
Big time.
All right, we'll run it back.
Yeah, we got that area, Rome, Godwin, because like that. This is kind of where Worthy, Ridley goes, and I haven't really been taking them at all. So I have a lot of Rome and Godwin.
Yeah.
Don't have a
I think
lot of
Mike-
Addison either.
Mike Evans is like 31 right now. He might be 32 by the time the season starts. So I think Godwin moving back into the slot has a chance to be wide receiver 1 on that team, which I like a lot.
He's going to get a ton of volume out of the
Yeah.
slot.
He's
It's not
gonna be
Baker's bread and butter,
31 when the season
Chris
starts.
Godwin's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like Godwin a lot.
Might have a chance at a. I mean, we still got a lot of picks away, but a Brian Thomas or an Evan Ingram could fall.
Love Evan Ingram.
I feel like there's going to be a run here on tight ends very quickly.
I say we could, but
Well, we already have Pitts though, so
yeah, that's why I think we can wait for Goddard.
I actually do take another pretty solid tight end whenever I take Pitts because it's just such a gamble.
What is?
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, but when you're taking him at that range, you're gambling that he's going to be very good.
Yeah, I know. Worst comes to
Better than
worst, he
Mark
just plays the
Andrews.
flex spot, you know?
Yeah, usually if I'm taking Pitts, it's almost always just 2 tight ends that I take.
Ingram's
The
gone.
cutoff for me is like Ingram, maybe. Like if I went like Ingram Goddard, I'd stop at 2. If it was like Ingram Kate Otten, I might add a third, but I feel like all the tight ends Kittle in before, I'm only taking 2.
I usually do Freiermuth as my second tight end. I love having a good tight end. Honestly.
There's so many good running backs in that range. I like that. I like Freiermuth, and I take him sometimes if I already have some of the running back, but I take so many running backs in that range. I don't get to a lot of Freiermuth because that's the one. Freiermuth goes like 141 ish,
Yep.
and that's kind of in the range of Kendre Miller, Rico Dowdle, Zeke. What are the other? Charbonnet, Marshawn Lloyd? Like I've been taking a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
Do we go Brian Thomas if he falls and then stack T-Law?
I like that.
Be first Brian Thomas.
I'd rather go
Christian Watson.
Hopkins.
Too.
I'd still rather go Hopkins or Christian Watson. I don't like Brian Thomas at all.
But for the stack,
Hopkins is part of the stack.
and he's gone.
Man, I don't like Brian Thomas. Does anyone here like Brian Thomas?
Oh,
playing
you
yes.
lucked out. You
All right.
lucked out.
I'll say
Watson.
Christian Watson.
Yeah.
We need upside on this team too.
There's a lot of good running backs right here too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like this.
This is
I like
sweet
this
spot.
range a lot.
We'll have some looks at a bunch of these guys in 6 picks.
I bet we get Jalen Warren again. Jalen Warren.
So we're probably looking at Rico, Zeke, or Brandon Cooks for our Cowboy.
Why take Jalen Warren when you have a bunch of RB1s sitting here?
Huh?
I said, why would you
'Cause
take
of it-
Jalen Warren when you have a bunch of RB1s on the board
He
still?
could be RB1.
I don't think so.
Jalen Warren's a great pick.
And he's got Russell Wilson, the king of dumping passes.
That's true.
And he's just an efficient runner. Like
I know it's not ideal.
If Najee wasn't there and he's hurt,
that's
he's
like you
obviously
saying,
gonna
why do
be
you
good
take
for us.
Devon Achane and he goes at pick in the second round,
Well,
and why do you take him?
because I think he's way better. And
But you're talking about
and
RB.
he's definitely got a shot at RB1. You know, Najee's definitely the first and second down.
Yeah, you're
back.
saying a shot though. That we're talking about the second round. You're taking Devon Achane, and you're saying he's
I don't
got
take a ton of
shot
them,
at it.
honestly, but
Yeah, but sometimes it just comes down to like how efficient you are. Like if you can like Achane.
I'd rather have
every
have Swift, Ramondre, Najee, Zach.
I mean, I'd take Swift.
I'm fine with Swift Swift or Najee.
I even like Tony Pollard over him.
I like Warren more than Pollard, but I still like Pollard. This is besides James Conner and Mostert, which I swear if Mostert beats me again this year, I'm gonna be so mad. But I take all these running backs. I'm overweight every single one of them, I think. Swift, Najee, Zach Moss, Warren, Javonte Williams.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot for
It's
sure.
such a sweet spot.
Was that kind of the same range last year? Like 7th, 8th round? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Might have
I
been
think.
even later last year. Might have been like 9, 10.
Yeah, it might have been slightly later, but it was right around the same, I think.
I think
Yeah.
last year was the first year we saw just such a wide receiver premium too. Like a 3/4 of the people drafting were probably under that strategy, and now I think everyone's just accepted that.
And
Yeah.
I think you have to do it more when everyone does it. That's the problem. So it's
Yeah.
like it just keeps forcing people to take them earlier. Because
Yeah.
you can just get destroyed. Like there's been times when you're like, oh my gosh, I got 10 rounds of ADP on Jonathan Taylor. I got 10 rounds of ADP value on Saquon. And you end up with, and then you end up get Josh Jacobs or someone falls 15th, and then you realize your receivers, you have like Terry McLaurin as your wide receiver 1, and like it just gets real ugly.
I have a lot of teams where my first 7 rounds I have 2 running backs in either a premium quarterback or a tight end and 4 really good receivers. I almost try to do that.
What do you try to do?
Basically go like 2 elite running backs, 4 top receivers in the first 6 rounds, and either a tight end or a QB premium, one or the other in the top 7 picks.
So you start off with either one elite QB or one elite tight end, and then
Yeah.
4 receivers and 2 running backs. That's like your
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
usually want my wide receivers to come from the first 2 out of the top 3 rounds.
Yeah, definitely. I like that strategy too.
Yeah, I think
A little bit
mine is
more
still.
balanced, for
I'm still
sure.
on 0 RB or 1 good running back. I rarely have like 2.
I just seem to like the teams where that 8th round I'm taking my 3rd running back. After the
Yeah,
draft, I just seem to like those a lot more.
I've been doing a bit more 6 running back on DraftKings. 7 running backs. I took one with 8 actually the other day because I waited till like round 9 or 10 to take my first. But
That's
yeah, I've been
great.
doing a little bit more 6 running backs, just going 0 running back on underdog. Or my first running back is like Warren or something.
Throwing darts.
Well, you can still get, like, if you take in that really good range, you can get Warren, Javonte Williams. I'm trying to think of Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
And then one of the Cowboys guys. Like, you can have 4 of those easily.
Are we taking what are we doing here? Probably I mean Trey Benson's sitting there if you want to go.
I'm fine with I would Lockett's definitely my number 1 choice, and then Benson or Javonte, then Benson. I love Javonte Williams this year.
You took Spears.
Lockett would be my preferred. What do you
The
guys
guy has
think?
Tony Pollard and Spears, by the way.
I like Javonte over Lockett here.
But
I think Lockett could be wide receiver 3 with Geno, which I just don't love.
He's also being drafted as wide receiver 3, though.
Yeah, just
Corey.
just don't be upset.
Lockett. I panicked. I'm thinking is like
we're up in 6 picks though, so there's a chance we could still get one of those guys.
Yeah, I think we're getting one of these solid running. Or Goddard, though.
Goddard's there too, yeah.
That probably makes the most sense. And we have Saquon and Swift already, so we can still push running back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Geno either. I mean, and Lockett's older. I'm surprised he's still on that team, honestly. But
I don't think anyone wants to trade for a 32-year-old wide receiver.
He's a spike week. He has spike weeks in him, though.
Is he actually 32?
No, he's
31.
31, but he will be 32 a few weeks into the
What the
season.
hell? The fact that you know
Oh,
that
yeah, he's 32.
Nick, you're wrong technically.
Yeah.
He'll be
31
32 like 3 weeks in.
I mean, you got to assume JSN's going to play more of a role, right?
Yeah.
That's why. But I've been taking DK Metcalf. I think is the overpriced one. I think obviously he's the alpha. I think JSN is a better receiver. Honestly, I think JSN is such a good wide receiver. I was in on him coming in. Obviously, he
Goddard just went.
disappointed, but I think
He,
he's gonna be really good.
he was not a Shane Waldron fan at all. Like right after he signed with the Bears, there was an interview with JSN, and it was another like second year wide receiver, and
Honestly.
Javante.
Yeah,
He
Nice.
it was like a radio piece, and he was like, oh, the guy like asked him, he was like, so how, you get a new offensive coordinator in there, Shane Waldron goes to the Bears, how do you think that's gonna work out for them? And he basically was just like, good luck.
Yeah, I do remember
Like,
him saying that. Yeah.
yeah, like not a fan. And then there was some weird like work ethic stuff coming out about him, like how last year he just was like not fully there, and this year apparently is like turning it way up. So yeah, I think he could have a solid year.
I'm super.
Well, if he breaks out, he's a great value.
Yeah.
Because he's not drafted very high.
But the
at
thing,
all.
and then if he doesn't, though, that's
70.
where
Yeah.
someone like Lockett could still have drastically outperform his ADP if JSN does. So I've been taking a lot of Lockett or JSN. Don't really take
He
a
was
lot
like
of
an 8 points a week type of guy. Like his floor wasn't terrible.
Lockett is known for his spike weeks, though. Like he has those.
Oh,
he
sorry.
catches
I
the
was
one.
talking about JSN.
Oh, yeah. He didn't ever.
There was no big weeks.
No
I don't
big
think.
games,
out of him.
so.
He had no like crazy big game last week, but he was coming a little stronger towards the end. But I think he's one of the top wide receiver breakouts.
All right. Up in 6 here.
So our other quarterbacks we're looking at are
We're looking at Cooks here, run back wise.
yeah, we're Cooks, Zeke, or Rico. But Rico, we
Rico.
probably
We can wait on
we can
Rico.
push.
Cooks just went.
God.
We're not even live and we're getting sniped.
I know.
We are live.
Oh yeah, we are live.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
Seedmeister in the chat, sniping us.
I'm trying to think here. Where the other quarterbacks would be Baker, Lawrence, Gino, or some other late round option.
Well, do we just take?
Oh, Lawrence is gone. I like Chase Brown, so I'll still put my vote in for him since. Well,
I would rather have Corum.
I would rather have Corum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Overruled.
No, I like Corum.
Yeah, but you didn't say him first. So
I also like Dotson.
overruled.
If you need a receiver, I think Dotson's pretty nice.
Jahan.
Yeah, and then hopefully Rico or Zeke is there, and I think we definitely take one of them next.
I think they will be. We're up again in 6 picks. I gotta imagine Rico is for sure there, if not Zeke and Rico.
Yeah. Favorite backfield to target right now?
Corum it is.
Blake Corum, running back, Michigan. And then I mean, yeah, we're just gonna go late receiver here, I guess, because we want Rico here. Or we just piss someone off and just take Gabe Davis.
Yeah, whoever took.
There he just went. So never mind.
Who? Gabe?
Gabe went.
Yeah, just have Gabe and Kirk with no Lawrence.
Yeah.
The guy always got Ingram.
We can get Mac Jones.
Jones.
Is a clear starter there.
Oh no!
Doing running back drills or whatever video I saw.
Yeah, that was so embarrassing for him.
Yeah, not a great look.
I was like, at least he's having fun as like a backup quarterback, making $7 million a year doing nothing. So
he did seem pretty miserable in New England.
Yeah, he was smiling. So I was like, yeah, good for him. Still living the dream.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Zeke or Rico? Are we flipping a coin or are we just doing Rico?
Hey Siri, flip a coin. Zeke's
Heads for Zeke.
Heads.
God damn it.
Wait, we don't have to listen to Siri, but what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, we have
to. It has been chosen.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was fun.
And I said we wanted Rico the whole time.
I know.
we could have still done Rico.
No, you
All right,
can't.
so are we done at 5 running backs with Saquon, Swift, Javonte, Corum, and Zeke?
Yeah.
I think because it's 4 really if Corum just isn't playing, but yeah, I think we have enough firepower with Zeke.
And then we're looking at Baker or Geno.
Yeah.
Can we get Leggett here?
He's probably going
why
to
do you
like
make
him
in
a lot?
every draft?
He's probably going to
I just like saying him because I know it makes you mad.
You mention him every draft. I don't get it.
It's like, I mean, playing stacks here. We got one buck.
could be the run back. Oh, and he's gone.
Oh,
Shoot.
Crickets.
Shoot.
You know what? I'm gonna have to leave. Draft's ruined. And motocross guy, yeah, this is you can make this your take of me. Just
Why
taking away
do you say motocross? Well, where did that come from?
because his page is filled with motocross. I did my research.
Like his YouTube page that commented the hate comment towards you?
Yeah,
Corey's got his address, his phone number, his list of ex-girlfriends. He knows the
He's
whole.
he's gonna go John Wick on him.
Yeah.
hey, you come with just a out of left field comment like that.
All you're gonna do is make people want to comment more things because you just
fine.
always
Hey,
bring
I'll
up
play
one
punching bag.
Good for the algorithm.
one guy.
I'm bringing the heat back. You better make sure you have a blank YouTube page, or else I'm coming for you.
You better come correct.
It's okay. I think my YouTube page is filled with old FIFA videos. So,
I
mean, there's some banger goals on there from like 10 years ago.
Might have to dig up some old Corey Mellow out YouTube.
There's no voiceover, so you can't hear anything. It's just
That's unfortunate.
there's
Would have
bangers.
loved
You
to
play
hear.
FIFA.
Yeah. Just
Just
Corey just
Xbox
haunting out the screen. Just
All right.
You guys need to do like an Olympics of some sort, and whoever wins, I mean, he could replace you on the stream if he beats you.
Whoa,
man.
them fighting.
Putting it
words.
all on the line.
Yeah.
I mean, Corey's
Years of hard
confident.
work down the drain.
Corey's confident.
I mean, I am confident.
All right.
I am the one.
Let's see here. So how many running backs do we have?
We have 5. We're not going running back. We already talked about it. We need TD. I mean, we need tight end. We have Pitts still. We need another. We get Rodgers and no. I mean, we could do Rogers, Corley, possibly.
I think I'd rather go Baker on.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's feeling it there. There's Roman Wilson. I don't mind Roman Wilson.
I don't either.
Troy Franklin.
Gotta
no
be probably
thank you.
Roman or Thielen if we're gonna go for the Tampa stack.
I'd rather Roman.
Yeah.
Thielen does fit in.
We might be able to get Thielen still, right?
1-6.
Maybe.
The one down. I'm like just hoping what's Ayuk or Debo doesn't go there. I feel like Roman Wilson is just a waste of a pick if that happens.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh always does draft well at receiver, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Philly plays Pitt in week 15, so that first playoff week.
like that.
You like that?
Yeah, Thielen should be there. And again, we never take Thielen unless it makes sense in some type of stack. And I don't think there's any other Carolina players if we are going Baker. So
No.
yeah, not Chuba. Yeah, no, it's Thielen or no run back.
Hopefully,
Tampa.
hopefully Baker then falls to us. It would be 10 picks.
And if he doesn't, that's
You can go Gino.
yeah.
Or Russ.
Just way too
Man,
many
we're
Russ.
really- I think Russ is
No.
legit the last quarterback drafted in these.
It's just way too much Russ talk.
We did
We
last
always find our way back to Russell Wilson on these streams for some
It's
reason.
been 3 years straight that we have been burned by this man.
and season long.
And he goes later and later and later, and then of course
For good
the year he's the last quarterback taken, he's just gonna somehow end up being one of the best late quarterback picks.
I mean, Damien
Corey had either Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, and Robbie Chosen Anderson on every single team last year.
Chosen
I think that was 2 years ago. I don't know because wasn't Chosen Anderson on who's he on now? Is he
He was on
retired?
Miami, I think, last
Dolphins
year.
at the end of last year. Yeah.
He was on Dolphins. Is he on the?
He might be retired, to be honest.
Well, we're about to Google here.
He
Is he
is
still
not on the
rostered?
team. No, he's not on the team.
Will Fuller was one that did one
Oh,
dude
God.
that killed me.
Yeah.
I took
I
him in the last
remember you
round
talked
of so many drafts.
I mean, he was
talking
pretty
about-
awesome with Watson.
I know. I thought I was like, once he
play.
gets signed, I was like, the second he gets signed, his ADP is going to skyrocket. He's going to return. He's going to never
Never
came back.
signed.
I think that's why the Browns went out and got Jerry Jeudy. Very similar receivers.
I also think they just don't like Eli more.
No.
At all.
That's why they
Yeah,
had
I don't-
Cedric Tillman playing half the time.
Wild. Like Eli Moore throwing giant hissy fits in New York to get out of there.
Yeah.
I'm not getting the ball. I'm
He
not
have
getting
that
the
problem
ball.
in Cleveland, but
He had problems that showed why he wasn't getting the ball, though.
yeah.
You guys know that Henry Ruggs can be out of jail in 2 years? Isn't that crazy?
Dude,
In
that'd be
2
the
years?
craziest comeback of all time if he returned.
He'll only
again.
be 26.
Yeah,
Wow.
isn't that like what's his face's age?
Do
Blake
they
Corum?
allow felons to play in the NFL?
Michael Vick.
Do they allow felons to play in the NFL? Nick? What are we talking about? Look at the Browns. Look at your hometown squad.
He's not convicted of anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
0 felonies on his record.
Dude,
Neither
they
was
allow
Kareem Hunt, was he?
What?
Neither
I don't
was
know if that
Kareem
was-
Hunt, right?
I don't think that was a felony.
It was a
It wasn't,
misdemeanor.
it wasn't a good situation.
That was an aggressive misdemeanor.
Definitely not going to back him, but
Yeah, don't just for everyone's sake, don't put your name on.
yeah, I'm not going to support that. But
A lot of the NFL cases too, I feel like they end up like they get accused of something and it's not ever like a criminal trial, and then the NFL suspends them.
Yep.
Corey is frozen. Yes, you are.
like Rashi Rice.
If he
What's
can
going to
you
happen?
kick
with
him
him?
out and make him rejoin?
Has anyone heard anything on Rashi?
No, they're still
They
waiting.
kind of did that with Kamara too. Like we didn't really know.
Kamara's
until, like,
ended
right
up
before the
being not
season.
much.
He got what, 4 games?
4
Yeah, but I
games.
feel like Rice's thing is it's
There's
gonna
a
be
couple of things now too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he would probably, if it hadn't.
Baker's
been
gone,
called,
right?
Baker is gone.
So we're looking at Geno and Noah Fant for one of our last tight ends.
Lovely. Just lovely.
Ugh. Just threw up in my mouth.
But yeah, I feel like even if it does get like any sort of hearings or legal, he'll get put on like the commissioner exempt list still until it's resolved.
Yeah.
And then they'll suspend him based on what it's resolved with.
Or they'll do their own investigation.
I feel like they
Yeah.
stay out of it as much as possible though. Like to not because
They didn't with Watson, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
But there was
Where would you guys take Rashee
volume of
Rice if
things
he
that-
was if he got 8 games?
8 games?
He's
I mean,
being
he'd probably
drafted
fall
at
just
the
because everyone
end
would
of
panic
the
on him.
7th.
But
What?
I think he would fall because people would then just be like,
No, I'm asking where you would take him.
8 games. So right now he goes
The end of the 7th.
end of the 7th. I'd probably
Because you know the games, it's the first 8, so it's gonna he'll be there for
He'll
when
be
it
there when it-
matters.
yeah,
but-
when
the
it's
problem is
important.
he's so enticing with Mahomes for like a playoff run.
Right. Oh, Fant got taken.
Ugh. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He's right there.
No, he got taken.
No, he's not.
You're just-
Shut up, Nick.
Never Becky.
All right, so we got 2 picks left.
I
201.
can't believe we
208.
took Adam Thielen.
I think it's the second time we took him too.
and we did that to take Baker. I mean, we still have a mini correlation with Thielen and God, but we were going for the stack. But now,
So we'll probably go one more tight end and then a receiver, or running back, depending on value.
yeah, for sure another receiver, and then whatever we think is the best fit for value with our last pick. What are our running backs again? We definitely don't.
We're good at
need it.
running back.
Saquon.
Saquon, Swift, Javante.
We don't. Yeah, so we still have the run back for the Seattle, which is nice. We have Swift, but yeah, I think we take a
Wide
receiver.
receivers. Devontae Walker out of Baltimore.
We have no Houston, and we don't have Lamar.
I mean, we're just taking wide receiver flyers at this point. Roman Wilson had no correlation.
Could
Yeah,
go.
is Jalen Tolbert there?
Tolbert is there. Yeah, that's who I was
I
just
think
about
that's
to say.
gotta be one of the priorities.
And just hope for a big shootout.
Yeah, in the Eagles game.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Never a low scoring game.
And that game generally is the division deciding game.
Right.
So everyone should still be playing.
What are some other receivers on the board there?
So we got Tolbert, Taz, Boyd, Chark, McMillan, Slayton, Moore, Hyatt.
I mean, I do like rotating Giants receivers on my team because, I mean, they go so late because it's like neighbors and then everyone else is jumbled up, but someone's got to emerge. Like, it's probably Slayton or Hyatt, so I've been rotating those two. But
See, I
Definitely
actually like
prefer
DJ
Slayton.
Chark a little bit more than Jalen Hyatt.
okay, so they have
But I get the Jalen Hyatt call. He just didn't do anything last year with less.
I think Darius
competition.
Slayton is actually probably the safer, like,
I like
gonna
Slayton
have a
over
role.
Hyatt, for sure.
What?
I like Slayton over Hyatt for sure.
Yeah, I do think Slayton is like, because it's gonna be,
I think he'll be wide receiver too.
yeah. And I
Not Wandell.
well, yeah. So
yeah.
I think Wandell
Yeah, I forgot about
and
him.
Neighbors are secure, and then it's like Slayton or Hyatt, and I think Slayton edges Hyatt out right now.
Yeah, I mean, Danny Dimes isn't necessarily known for his long ball, which is pretty much the only route
Yeah.
Jalen Hyatt runs.
That's what I was thinking. If he couldn't do it last year when they had literally no wide receivers at all, like,
He was a
why is he
rookie.
going to do it now when they have Neighbors and all these guys healthy again?
He was a rookie though.
That's true, but
All right, now let's just pull up some value
Danny
here.
Dimes, well,
Were you good with these two tight ends? Or do we think
Let's see what other tight ends are available, just so we can rule that out. Yeah, I'm fine with that remaining. I'm fine
Tucker
with being
Kraft.
done. No, not with this team. That doesn't make any sense. Unless you were desperate for a tight end. We're not desperate for a tight end 3. Like, tight end 3 would have made sense if it like fit a stack, but otherwise, I think
I almost want another wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm fine with another receiver, or I think the only running backs that I would care to take would be Tank or CEH.
Or Braylon Allen.
Yeah, I like Braylon
do
Allen.
like Braylon Allen?
Yeah, I'm on Slayton, Tank, or CH. That's kind of what I like.
Tank
I like
gone.
Walker, Chark, Allen.
Just Devontae Walker could be like the 5th option there. Slayton is at least the
I think
second.
he's going to be the 3rd or 4th.
No, it's Andrews, Zay
He'll
Flowers.
be behind Bateman, I think.
Bateman is way ahead of him, and then Aguilar is still there. So Devontae Walker's, unless you have
I'm
Lamar.
not afraid of Aguilar.
I say Slayton, but
yeah, that's
Hey,
fine.
Nick, I'm gonna give it to you.
All right.
You've been chirping him up last couple of episodes, so I'll give you
I think
the
he's
win.
going to get a shot. He's just kind of overlooked in the draft, but he's still, like, if you look at his profile, he's pretty good. So
let's look at the
he's with
squad.
Drake May. Part of the reason he was pretty good. So
All right, so we got the Philly, AJ Brown, Saquon, Jalen Hurts to start us off first 3 rounds. Obviously, you have to go wide receiver heavy after that. So we go Kirk, Godwin, Watson, and with our premium tight end, Kyle Pitts, who we will say we did take over Mark Andrews, but don't hate it. Don't hate it. And then we find the sweet pocket of running backs. Swift, Javonte Corum, Zeke. Throw a little Lockett and Roman Wilson in there. Get our Geno stack with Fant and Lockett. Run backs with Zeke and Tolbert in that Philly game. And then Knicks, Puka Nacua 2024.
Yes, please. We can't say that on this stream.
why not? We got to take everyone should pick like one rookie flyer that like nobody's talking about, just to see. It's unlikely, but you never know. Just find a guy in the right opportunity, see what they could do.
Got to mix it up in the last round. Can't get too heavy on too little of guys.
Yep.
Yeah, last round you should definitely be. It's prioritizing stacks and then mixing and matching guys, because like, again, when you get burned by Will Fuller and you get really like, oh, there's such a value, and take him every single time, you can be so overexposed.
Yep.
And so mix it up at the end, scroll around a bit, think about your stacks.
Like a game of roulette, just throw down some random numbers.
Well, you should think about it a little more than that.
We're not taking A.T. Perry, but
I take A.T. Perry when I take Derek Carr. I have taken A.T. Perry. But anyway, that'll do it for this stream. Please leave a like, helps boost us in the algorithm, and subscribe. And we will see you next time, Monday.